The people of Miami are furious because they think Formula One is trying to kill them. Fact, race car fumes impact health. Fact, extreme noise causes hearing loss. Our community says no to Formula One racing. The money is all that matters, not our health, to Formula One. And then there's this woman, Brenda Martin Providence. Or is that the name of the street? Nope, that's her name. She says, I'm very disappointed. It's like a slap in our face. After all the backlash, Formula One has offered to pay the residents of Miami Gardens $5 million. And what was their response?
You send us $5 million and expect us to be okay with that?
Yes! Take the money, Brenda. You realise $5 million is what most people paid for a ticket to go to this fucking scam? For $5 million, Formula One can knock my house down and use my cock as the finish line. But what about the track? They've built it around the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Chief designer, Clive, let's see what he has to say.
There are going to be a number of large yachts moored with artificial water rippling as a surface around them.
Artificial water, that's what he said. But from the actual photographs that are coming out in the days leading up to the race, what they've actually done is paint the ground blue. It's all one big facade. Why don't you give the chicane a pair of tits while you're at it? And even though it's a fake harbour, I bet Paul D'Arester will still find a way to drown. Fucking idiot. Sorry. Please, Clive, continue.
We are about to go under a gondola. Anybody who goes skiing will recognise this. It's made by Obermeyer and it will be running during the race. We did require quite a considerable amount of dialogue with the FIA and F1 to ensure safety.
So let me get this straight. They're going to have giant cages full of people flying through the air right above the circuit while the race is happening. That's so dangerous and I like it.
For those people who will be able to sit in those cars during the track activity, they're going to get a unique perspective.
Yeah, they are going to get a unique perspective when they see the people in the carriage next to them get run over by 20 Formula One cars. This is turning into one of them Final Destination horror movies. You know, where there's like a bunch of hot young people getting onto a broken roller coaster. There's always one of them that's a bit apprehensive because they can see what's about to happen. But the rest of them are all like, yeah, let's get on the roller coaster. And then what happens? It slowly falls to pieces on the way around and they all get decapitated. Or chopped in half. Or fall to their death. And that's what this is. Please, Clive.
You'll notice there are glass bottoms to these gondola cars, so you'll have a view directly beneath.
Of all of the blood and the bones and the human remains. Do you know what happens to the human body if it gets hit by a Formula One car at full racing speed? It turns into a pink mist. And this can be your experience for just $28,000.
There's no point on the circuit where we don't have a minimum of 1.5% cross-fall or long fall, which means that if there's rain, the water can flow.
Oh, that'll be good to drain away all of the blood and all of the bone from all of the people that were dumb enough to get onto this fucking death trap. But it's not just the fans and the residents that Formula One is trying to murder. It's also the construction workers building the circuit. 2 Hard Rock Stadium workers burned while working on coming Formula One event. Both employees were transported to hospital, one by ambulance and another critically injured by helicopter. Things got even worse when one of the men, in an attempt to cool the burns down, jumped into the harbour only to find it was fucking fake. Imagine that. You're on fire. You start to panic. But then you see a nice glimmering pool of water, so you dive in head first, and it's a fucking concrete slab. Good one. So the employees, the fans, and the people who live in Miami are all going to be killed by this Grand Prix. In other news, both race directors have tested positive for COVID-19. Oh yes, so you know what that means? Return of the Massive. Michael Massey will be coming out of witness protection to fill in as the race director. Not really. One of the race directors tested negative again on Monday and is now fine. But that would have been fun. After the last race in Imola, Toto Wolff apologised to Lewis Hamilton on his way back to the pits after he finished 14th. What he said was, I'm sorry, Lewis, I know the car is undrivable, but what he meant was, George got P4, what the fuck are you playing at, cunt? 7-time champion of my arse. His words. Leading up to the Miami Grand Prix, all of the teams have been posting shite on social media. They all did their own cheesy Miami poster. Williams have got some tacky Miami merchandise they're trying to flog you, but don't worry, it's still made by the same Ethiopian children. Red Bull did a whole sketch where they pretended to drive from New York to Miami, through the streets, across a sandy swamp with a crocodile. That seems unrealistic. If they can't handle 58 laps of Albert Park, I doubt they could drive halfway across America. So everybody's looking forward to the Miami Grand Prix, except the residents who live there, the employees that got burned, and all the people that are going to die on the gondolas.
Welcome to Miami. We have to get off of here.